Hi, welcome back. Today's video is going to be an unfiltered thoughts and new beauty releases. If that sounds like a good time to you, settle in. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Holly and I create beauty, fashion, and self-care videos right here on YouTube. If that's your jam, consider subscribing because I'd love to have you in the family. But right now we're just going to jump right into the video. So I know it's been a minute since I've done an unfiltered thoughts. I didn't do one in December. But I'm not going to cover December's products. It's kind of old news at this point. A lot of them have already been released. So when I go through trend mood, I'm just going to look at the posts from January. Now, if you're new to my channel and you've not seen one of my unfiltered videos, it's not an anti-haul per se because I talk about more than whether or not I'm going to purchase it or not. It's truly like what my thoughts are on the products. It can be anything from like how I feel about the brand, you name it. So whether I'm going to purchase it or not is like kind of an afterthought, I guess, in these types of videos. So all the disclaimers aside, let's just jump into the products. The first thing, oh, also my notes are over here, and I'm going to leave a space in this area so that you can see the products that I'm talking about. So the first thing we're going to talk about is Chanel. Obviously, it's probably old news at this point, but Chanel is now sold at Ulta, which I'm trying to figure out like what the rationale is behind that move. Just because I'm not going to dance around it. I'm not really a fan of Ulta. I think of them as like the Costco of beauty, and that just doesn't mean luxury to me. And Chanel is very luxurious. So I feel like they would have been a better fit at Sephora because, you know, Sephora's got like that bougie vibe. Obviously not as bougie as like Violet Grey, but definitely more so than Ulta. Speaking about the products, let's see what they have here. They have some skincare, obviously some makeup, a foundation. I would love to try more Chanel products, but the price point is just really high, like $70 for a foundation. That's a lot to ask of someone. And I did just recently purchase the water tint from Chanel, and I haven't had enough time to like make my thoughts on it. I would love to know your thoughts on Chanel. Like, is something in that price range something you're interested in? Would you like to see a review of those products? Let me know. Okay, sticking with luxury, as you can see, Charlotte Tilbury has released a couple of new products. So she has her newest foundation. Now, honestly, I wasn't even thinking about picking this up. I'm not a fan of Charlotte Tilbury's foundation products. They're just not for me. I really like a light coverage, maybe medium coverage foundation. Her foundations just don't work well with my skin type. So it wasn't even really a thought for me. Now, what did catch my eye was the matte cream shadows because I'm all about easy eyeshadows, and a single eyeshadow in a pot is super simple. However, I've heard really bad reviews about this product, so obviously now it's like definitely going to be a skip for me. Yeah. When you scroll through trend mood, you definitely see a lot of ColourPop, but I just pretend that ColourPop doesn't exist and I go on with my day. Okay, so we're going to talk about the Natasha Denona Valentine's Day palette. Now, normally I love Natasha Denona. I have several of her mini palettes. I have one of the mini palettes. I actually used it today. But during the holidays, I purchased the mini Metropolis, I think is what it's called. The palette that has like the green shade in it, and it was garbage. So I don't like saying that about a brand that I like, but I'm just going to be honest. It was awful. It was like it was only $25, but it was still a regret. Like, I regretted purchasing it. And it's kind of put me in a bad relationship with Natasha Denona. Like, she's definitely lost my trust. And I'm not entirely sure what she can do to get it back. So I'm kind of avoiding Natasha Denona right now. And definitely these like little special palettes. Okay. This is like the opposite of luxury, but the Pixie came out with a Hello Kitty collab, and I'm not really into nostalgia. Like, that's just not my thing. But I think this is really cute. And I am on Pixie's PR list, So I hope they send it to me because I'd like to try it. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, so Janessa Myricks has come out with a couple of things. There's the eyeliner, and then there's like the cream cheek palettes. At this point, I haven't tried anything from Janessa Myricks, and it's not that I have anything against the brand. It's just a lot of her products are made for makeup artists, and I am awful at makeup. Like, I'm just not good at it at all. It's kind of like a struggle. I'm still learning, and I feel like a lot of her products are definitely geared toward makeup artists, and they would have a steep learning curve for like the average consumer. So I'm kind of steering away from it. Also, like, you see those like cream products for the cheeks. Like, I don't need that many cream products, and I definitely don't need that wide of a range of colors. So this is definitely something that's like not on my radar. But if you're like super into cream blushes or you're a makeup artist, then obviously it would make sense to look at it. But Janessa Myricks is just a little out of my wheelhouse. So now we're going to talk about perfume fragrance. There has been a lot of perfume. It seems like the beauty industry and beauty marketing is really trying to push fragrance on us right now. Like, there's been so many fragrances, a lot of like celebrity fragrances also, but like the marketing for these fragrances has been like on point. The first one I want to talk about is like So Bougie. It's like super, super expensive, limited edition. It's like $350. I'm going to put a picture, obviously, up here, and it is the Guerlain fragrance. Now, this bottle is a work of art. It's absolutely beautiful. Honestly, it doesn't matter what the fragrance smells like because the bottle is beautiful. Like, give me that bottle. Let me put it on my dresser. Forget about what it smells like. Now, I do want to mention that I don't wear fragrance, like, ever. Like, not at all. I have migraine headaches, and a big trigger for that is fragrance and, like, scent. It just often causes me to have a headache. So the fact that some of these perfumes are like sucking me in is like a really big deal because I don't purchase them. And it's like I'm trying to act like fragrance isn't a problem for me. Especially because here's a couple more fragrances. So obviously, like, the Black Opium from YSL doesn't appeal to me. The bottle's not great. But the KKW fragrance, I'm not gonna lie, I'm anti-Kardashian. I'm not a fan of the Kardashian sisters, and I'm not a fan of fragrance, but there's something about the promotional materials and like the scent notes of the what is it called? Which one? The Rare Fig. It just is pulling me in. Like, I really think I would like it. And I like the aestheticness of this photo shoot and the bottles and like the nude colors. It's like, it's calling out my soul. However, I have to say no to fragrances. Speaking of things that I don't do nail polish. As I mentioned, I'm not into ColourPop, and I'm not into like Melt Cosmetics. This just not my vibe. So there's two more things that I want to talk about at this point, just from what I'm seeing here on Trend Mood. Let's see. The first is this new line of products from M Cosmetics. Now, I have a video where I try a bunch of stuff from M Cosmetics, like I'm just playing with it. I can link that in the cards for you. And I just like ordered the wrong color. Like, I ordered all of like that peachy shade, and I'm super pale and I'm super like cool toned. So I don't know what I was thinking of, like ordering a bunch of like warm peachy colors. Of course, it's hard when you can't swatch it or when like you haven't seen it on like your friend or anything like that. So I ordered the wrong shades, and I'm really wanting to do like a in-depth review of M Cosmetics, but I want to give them a fair shake. Like, I don't want to base my review on products that just didn't match my skin tone and my coloring. So I'm interested in these products from M Cosmetics, particularly the one that's a little bit more neutral, and also like the neutral the neutral blush. I actually really like a shimmery blush because it kind of like combines like the highlight aspect with the blush. I know that's not everyone's jam, but for me, I like it. And I've heard really great things about like their lip glosses. So if you're interested in an M Cosmetics review, like a comprehensive, like deep dive into it, let me know. Please share your thoughts in the comments. Now, finally, we're going to talk about Urban Decay. So, Urban Decay has had a rough go lately. Like, they're kind of like teetering on like not cool anymore, at least in my realm of the beauty world. Like, they've just had some really poor releases. I recently decluttered their last like foundation because it was just too glowy, and then there was like that cyber palette which just left people wanting more. Like, they were really wanting more like duochrome, like much more vibrant, and not so much of a naked palette with that color story. So they're just having a really rough time of it. Now I'm looking at this release and they're releasing a green palette, and honestly it feels like it's like a year too late. Like, if you remember like last year, that, yes, obviously last year, Elf did like their little like mint palette, which was green, and I feel like I saw Kelly Gooch doing a lot of green, and green was kind of like having its moment in fashion. And now I feel like maybe maybe we're moving on from all of the green. Now, I love green. It's my favorite color. Obviously, I'm wearing it right now. If I choose to wear a color, I'm mostly a neutrals black person. Black. I wear a lot of black. Anyway, but I've seen a lot of like things on Pinterest and on Instagram of like people with brown eyes wearing green eyeshadow, and I really love that idea. But at the same time, I haven't been impressed with an Urban Decay palette in a really long time. Like, I've decluttered every single Urban Decay palette I've purchased in like the past 7 years. So I'm not like really wanting to purchase an Urban Decay palette. I don't know. I would be interested to hear your thoughts. I'm probably going to check out like some reviews. I'm probably more likely to purchase like a green eyeshadow and pair it with some of the browns that I already have. I do love this color story, so I'm like trying to talk myself out of it, but I'm also like trying to give Urban Decay a chance. Like, I want them to redeem themselves, but then I'm also like, well, green eyeshadow is it? Like, so last year. Anyway, let's see. Do you agree that Urban Decay is missing the mark with their releases? That is something I really want to know. Actually, I want to know anything. You put it in the comments. Any comment, I will read it, as I really enjoy feedback. I'm going to wrap up the unfiltered thoughts right here. I know that's not a very long video. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and I would really appreciate it that if you did like it, that you would give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, consider subscribing. It would really help me as I'm trying to grow this channel. It's really hard fighting the algorithm and getting your videos noticed, so any engagement would be greatly appreciated. I'm going to leave the links to what I can down in the description box, and also some ways for you to get a hold of me should you want to, like on Instagram or whatever. And until next time, bye.